Tom, Autosport 2024, good to see you here. The season feels like it's just around the corner, and the motorsport season as a whole underway now. Rumour mill is buzzing here, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. It's always a great place for gossip and rumours and spreading lies and vicious rumours. So it feels both close and far away all at the same time, because you're aware that we are only in January with the season not kicking off until April. But it will soon come around. Looking forward to another season of it, trying to take that back off Ash.
Just briefly look back before we look forward.
I don't think we need to.
No,
I don't think we need to.
It was like the close but no cigar for you, wasn't it, last season?
I think so. And actually, you know what? I don't think the. I can sort of look at it, and everyone's sort of saying Ash was very dominant last year, and I don't necessarily think he was. If you look at Formula One with Verstappen and the Red Bull, that for me was dominance. Ash was just a little bit quicker at some places. And if you look at it over the course of the year, take away our Knock Hill bad event, we'd have taken him all the way down to the wire, and it would have changed the course of the year with a car for us that wasn't quite right. So I'm encouraged by that we were able to challenge Ash all the way through the year. Really the only kind of ones that we were able to stay vaguely close to him, which is great, which means the improvements that we're going to make over winter will mean we'll come back really strong for this season, and we can take the fight.
Absolutely. So let's look ahead to this season. A couple of changes coming in, not least of all the much talked about new qualifying, which I haven't quite got my head around yet, and extra boost through to be deployed through the hybrid. That's going to change the game a bit, isn't it?
I think it will. Obviously, I've been in touring cars since 2014, and I don't yet understand the reverse grid. So trying to understand the hybrid and qualifying rules will be a challenge for somebody of my mental capacity. But we'll give it a crack nonetheless. And I think it's good to have a change. Change is good. If we're changing something, it needs to be changed big, not small incremental changes. So I think it'll be nice to see what it does. The qualifying format will be the biggest change, I think. I don't think necessarily the hybrid stuff will make an enormous difference and make it a huge shift. It'll obviously change it, but I don't think it will ever be as big as the weight. I can't ever see anything being as big as the weight without doing some really false penalties. But the qualifying format is something different for us all to manage. There'll be at some points we get screwed over, somebody else will get screwed over. It'll be a bit of luck, a bit of judgment on some people's parts, but nice to have a change nonetheless.
Licences have all gone out, but it's not confirmed that we're going to have all of those licences being used on the grid. It's potentially a smaller grid this coming season. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
We'll wait and see. I mean, there's still early days. We're only in January, aren't we? So there's still enough time for stuff to change and people to do deals and people to pull money in that they didn't think they could before. So we'll wait and see. Ultimately, we're looking at focusing on our own game. What everyone else does is none of my business in the nicest possible way. So long as we keep our head down and we focus on what we need to do and what we are doing, because obviously we've got a big year ahead of us to try and snatch this title back.
The package last season was a good one. It was consistent as well. You alluded to at the top of our chat, there were some changes coming. Are there big changes, subtle changes?
A lot, yeah, hell of a lot. So it's going to be nice to see how those unfold, because a lot of it will be based off of facts and figures that we've seen this year, of 2023, of what worked and what didn't work. That we never really had enough chance to test a lot of those items. So a lot of it is done as what worked and what didn't work last year, with a lot of other changes bolted onto that as well. So it's nice to see that we're still actively pushing for improvements. We're not just settling for what has worked in the past. We're actively looking to improve. So yeah, it's exciting to see.
How soon until you get back in the car for some testing?
We won't bother until sort of early March. There's not a lot of point. We might go out to Spain. I think we're just sort of assessing and weighing up options of what we're going to do for our pre-season testing campaign, but for nothing, we probably will do a shakedown maybe the end of February, but really we're dictated by the Great British weather.
And team-wise, same lineup?
I don't know what's going on at the moment. I'm focused on sort of making sure that my deal is done. In terms of what everything else is doing, it's up to the team to make sure they've got whatever they need to do to make sure we're all happy. But for the 2023 lineup we had was great. I thoroughly enjoyed all myself and the three others. I think we had a great banter. We had a great camaraderie. For Tom and I, we are genuinely mates. So it's quite nice to spend time with your mates. So yeah, we'll see how that unfolds and what the signings do.
Really good to see you. Look forward to the start of the season.
Thank you, mate. Thanks.